Pulling back to more domestic matters, let's take a look at what's going on in D.C. and how that is going to exacerbate, maybe even cause shit to hit the fan. Right, welcome back to The Prepared Mind for more opinion editorializing, and I want to thank you guys for sharing these videos with other people. We're getting some new subscribers, which is great. We're getting more people to start paying attention, and that's wonderful. Share these videos over on YouTube. Tell people about them. Get them subscribed so that they get the information, so they can come to their own conclusions. I'm just sharing my ideas. You guys get to decide for yourselves. So, domestically, what is going on? Well, earlier today on Patreon, I released a video talking about the 133, and I don't know how many more have been included since I just put up that video. It went from like 75 to 133. Hashtag impeach Trump, protests, rallies, get-togethers, whatever you want to call them, they're happening this weekend. These people are going to come out of the woodwork. They're like, never mind, I'm not going to attack them that way. They're coming out. They're going to start their protests. We're going to start seeing violence. We're going to start seeing riots. We're going to start seeing vandalism, destruction of private and public property, the way we've seen in the past few years. But the difference this year is last fall, socialism reared its ugly head in this nation in a big, big way. Right? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez came out and she just proclaims it. Bernie Sanders just proclaims it. They've taken the veil away. It's naked socialism. And we are coming up in the next 12 to 18 months to political campaigning for a presidential election season. You're going to combine socialism, presidential election, and extremism in the face of economic hardships that are coming. But it's starting right now this weekend. And it's like putting gasoline on a fire. It's going to foment, it's going to exacerbate the problems, is the House Oversight Committee votes to hold Barr in contempt. Now, Barr is the Attorney General. The House wants to hold him in contempt for not cooperating with them. What about James Comey, Clapper? What about Eric Holder? What about everybody on the Democrat side? When Republicans controlled Congress, they were having hearings trying to get answers. They were demanding through subpoena for the FBI to produce the information that had to do with Russiagate, with Spygate, with everything that the Democrats were doing through the Obama administration. They're trying to get information, and they absolutely refused. One, they wouldn't show up. When they did show up, they wouldn't talk. And when required, they wouldn't produce documents. And I wanted to see contempt. I wanted to see arrests. I wanted to see charges filed. But no, the Republicans never did that. Is it because they have no spine? They have no minerals between their legs? You know, what is their problem? Why wouldn't they do that? Were they being blackmailed? Was extortion part of the game? Who knows? Are they just spineless weaklings? I don't know. But the Democrats, boy, they don't have any problem with this. And they're going to rile up their constituents over this. What has Barr really done? He's just not cooperating. Well, we've seen lots of that, haven't we? But no, the Democrats, they have no moral compunction. Or there is so much blackmail against them that they could be extorted to steal the milk from a baby's bottle, from a baby's hands, while the mom is holding the baby. These people don't care. Right? Who do we got here? Justin Amash, Elijah Cummings. You know, you've got the likes of Nancy Pelosi at the helm. She's not going to stop any of this. And I know she's not on all the committees and subcommittees and all that. But she can put pressure, or is she putting pressure, which is causing this? So she can talk out both sides of her neck. What an interesting concept for Democrats to talk out both sides of their neck. On the one hand, she's not really calling for impeachment. On the other hand, she can encourage it at all levels, right, within the House and within the public. Maxine Waters just last year was antagonizing her own constituents, recommending that they harass, bordering on violence, Republicans and anyone who would dare oppose them. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, she has no problem reciting socialist dribble and calling on everyone to swing her way, right? We are dealing, in other words, with political ignorance, political troglodytes who have a constituency that is even dumber than they are. And what are they doing? They're calling for more of this, more impeachment, more hearings, more contempt, right? We are going into what I would like to term a political nuclear war, where the biggest bombs are going to be dropped. But I don't think the Republicans are going to drop them the way they should. I think it's going to be the Democrats, the socialists, the communists out there who have no compunction, no moral restrictions on themselves. You see, now people go, well, the stupid people are the ones that fight. The dumbest among us, they tend to get in bar fights, throw the first punch, right? The tribal mentality is one of warfare first and intelligence later. Well, who do we have that's going nuclear? That's right, the dumbest among us, the tribal idiots, the people who want other people's goods, right? That's called theft. It's called theft. Now, when the government does it, they go, well, that's the law, right? Yeah, we passed a law, so we're just following the law. We're just doing our duty. No, it's still theft. The redistribution of wealth is the theft from one and given to another. That's what these people stand for. Airplane. We are heading into a political firestorm. At the same time, we have international firestorms developing over in the Middle East, China, North Korea, with Russia and Germany in Europe, with Venezuela down in the Caribbean. Let's not ever forget Venezuela, where we've got China and Russia helping them while the United States is sitting offshore, stewing and brooding. With all of that international tension, well, let's not forget economic tension and financial and monetary tension within the EU between France, Germany, and Italy, as well as the problem with Brexit. Over in China, where their car sales are plummeting. In other words, they're local problems in China, within China. They had a bank failure. Who knows if they've had more, because they just don't like to tell us these things. They're not going to admit, right? They need to save face. They need to be strong. Chinese aren't going to admit all the problems that they're having. On top of all of that, they seem to have a problem with pig Ebola, African swine fever, which is killing and is slated to kill 30% of their swine production this year. They are in big trouble over there. We've got our own problems domestically here. We're seeing slowdowns in auto, housing, home sales, home construction. We're seeing slowdown across the board. We're seeing increases in, how do you even say this, right? Car payments aren't being made. Mortgage payments aren't being made. Personal loans aren't being paid. It's just default after default. I don't even know how to characterize it. And that's going up here as well. So let's not just take care of our own problems, right? We're ignore the world. Let's focus. Let's focus on Barr. That's what Congress really needs to be doing. Three-ring circus in Congress, in the executive branch, as well as the Supreme Court. Yeah, the three branches of government is a three-ring circus, with Ruth Bader Ginsburg calling for division, with the House obviously calling for division, and Trump doing his best to piss everyone off while they piss him off. Is this what we really want to do? Is this where we want to be at? Is this the right room to be in to solve all of our problems? The answer is no. Across the board, internationally, militarily, economically, financially, monetarily. So what's the solution, folks? What can you do about it? Nothing except get prepared. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. Have a plan. Because when these idiots finally pop the balloons, poke a hole in the bottom of the boat and start to sink it, when these dumbasses cause a fire that gets out of hand, we need to be prepared to take care of ourselves. You guys are in the position to do that. You're preppers. Thank you again for everything you do. Chance favors the prepared mind is yours. Talk to you guys again real soon. A lot of stuff coming today.